I shot a fallow buck on top of a mountain on this property fairly early in an afternoon hunt, and we didn't want the hunt to be over then and there. We wanted to keep hunting until last light, so I field dressed him and left him on a log and decided to go back and get him the next morning. If it's cool enough to leave an animal set up overnight and not worry about losing any meat, it's always a good option. They're a little bit harder to skin, so I try to punch the skin off with the back of a knife sometimes. But yeah, they're easy to cut up when they're set like that. Even though I shot him with my 300 Win Mag, I didn't lose much meat because I shot him in the neck, so I could recover both the shoulders. I've said before on this channel I really like eating the shoulders, but the downside for this recovery was I wanted to do it in one trip, so that meant front and back legs, back straps, and all the other bits that I like to eat in one go, so it was going to be a savage walkout, but enjoyable nonetheless. Just note there the way I was scraping the back of the pelvis. I'll end up doing some videos in the future about how to take the back legs off and get the most meat possible. Now, I've packed out several dozen animals with this EXO 5500 in the last 18 months or so, and I've found that putting the bulk of the load up higher helps it to not sag as much and carry as comfortably as possible. This is probably on par with the heaviest loads I've had in this bag, actually. Once the bag fell over here, I don't know what made me think I'd be able to bring it forward with my core strength, but I gave it a go anyway and I failed miserably. It's not too bad once you're on your feet, but sometimes that dead weight makes it difficult to maneuver the bag at first. It's probably easier to roll completely onto your side and then push yourself up, but I managed to get up anyway. I reckon all the meat and bone and everything else I had in my bag made it about 40 or 45 kilos, which is somewhere in that 90 to 100 pound range. To give you an idea, I'm about 5 foot 7 inches tall, or 170 centimeters, and I weigh about 72 kilos, or about 160 pounds. Now that has nothing to do with how awesome I am and everything to do with how capable this EXO 5500 is at hauling a heavy load comfortably. It wasn't a real long walk back to camp, but it's pretty rough country, as you can see. Good for the legs. I was glad to see camp. I did pack out a few more animals over the course of this long weekend. This is a yearling buck that I shot and packed out really easily, only small but very tender. My partner also made a nice shot on a doe a day before this from about 238 yards with a 243, which is a great shot. She blew up one of the front shoulders as well, so we ended up taking that back to camp so the dog could have a feed as well as us. It's a good way to spend time, fill the freezer. Thanks for watching.